Welcome back to Music Travel Guy YouTube channel. Happy to have you here. Here it's Michael, broadcast journalist based in Berlin and founder of Music Travel Guy. If you've been following Music Travel Guy on Instagram for a while, you probably remember the column I created back in October celebrating some of the most influential Black British artists for the Black History Month UK. And some of you suggested me to put together a list of what I believe are great Black British artists you need to put on your playlist, and that's what today's video is all about. So it is my personal selection based on my personal taste, obviously, a blend between music legends, new talented musicians and established ones. Let's discover the first one, Yussef Dayes. I love Yussef Dayes. I discovered Yussef Dayes in the pandemic era, in the first pandemic, precisely, and I'm glad I stumbled across his music. The pandemic gave me a lot of inspiration, as you know, many people on earth. Yussef Dayes is a British jazz percussionist and producer based in London, and he's best known as part of the Yussef Dayes duo he formed with Kamal Williams. I love Yussef's way of playing drums. Is very innovative, fresh, and dynamic at the same time. The music I particularly love from Yussef comes from the album he created with Tom Misch, the 2020 album called What Kind of Music. Beautiful album. I think it's a masterpiece, and I highly suggest you listen to the first song that is called Night Rider. And secondly, obviously, I love his, latest release, his latest album called Yussef Dayes Live Experience, which is inspired by the National Tree Joshua Park in South California. So Yussef Dayes is an artist you need to absolutely put on your playlist. Very talented musician and worth listening to. The second one is Camilla George. I've recently discovered Camilla George on Spotify. Spotify is one of my sources of inspiration when it comes to discovering new music, and I discovered Camilla George too. What I can say about Camilla: firstly, Camilla is a saxophonist, composer, and innovator as well. Camilla has Nigerian origins, so she was born in Nigeria, but now she lives in London. So speaking of the new London jazz scene, she's part of it. I love his way of fusing African with Western music, and particularly African rhythms, hip hop and jazz music. I love his way of playing saxophone. It's very smooth, and it catches your soul as soon as you listen to it. In terms of music, I love his latest album, Ibio Ibio, which is a tribute to the people of southern eastern coastal Nigeria. So there's a strong correlation to her heritage, and at the same time she blends this heritage with the new contemporary jazz scene beautifully. So the album features a great collaboration with drummer Daryl Jones and rapper and singer Sanity. Kokoroko are one of my favorite jazz bands. They are based in London, and they are an 8 musical piece led by Shayla Maurice. Great. I love Shayla's voice, but what I wanted to share with you is my experience here in Berlin, seeing them playing live. I had the opportunity to see them here in town at the Metropole back in September, at the end of September, and the performance was great. I love Kokoroko. Since the first time I listened to them in the first pandemic, the first song I listened to was Carry Me On. Carry me on. I love it. I don't know if you had the chance to listen to this song. And at the Metropole here in Berlin at the venue, I listened to their latest album called Could We Be More. I heard everything. So Kokoroko are a beautiful blend of, you know, African sounds, jazz music, hip hop. So I heard Caribbean, I heard everything. So there was an uplifting mixture of, you know, diversity, cultures putting together. Incognito are one of my favorite British jazz band. Incognito are a classic one. They are a must, in my opinion. Incognito was my first connection to black music. I still remember the day I got this CD by an Italian DJ called Tommy V, and it was a compilation he created. CD1 was a selection of his favorites dance music songs in 2004, and CD2 was his, you know, personal selection of some of his favorites, classics, you know, of all time. And that's where I discovered Incognito, and precisely that's where I discovered Still a Friend of Mine, a classic from Incognito. Still a friend of mine, no, still a friend. I love it. And so Incognito has, you know, included amazing collaboration in time, Imani, Justly Brown, Natalie Williams. What I suggest to you when it comes to Incognito is to listen to their 1993 album called Positivity, where you can listen to it, Still a Friend of Mine, The Waters. Incognito, you know, are a must in terms of, you know, jazz bands. And I, you know, still remember the day I met Jean-Paul Monique, which is, you know, the founder of the band, aka Bluey. I met him in front of the Ronnie Scott Jazz Club in London. He was very kind, and at some point he was like, come to see us, you know, tonight at the Jazz Club. It was my first time at the Ronnie Scott Jazz Club, seeing them playing live. Amazing experience. So the last one is Ronny Jordan. I discovered the Ronny Jordan thanks to the album you can see behind me, Jazzmatazz, which is one of the greatest jazz album, you know, over the last 30 years. Beautiful, you know, blend between jazz and hip hop. Actually, it's experimentation of jazz and hip hop created in the early 90s by Guru. And precisely, I discovered the Ronny Jordan thanks to Never No Time to Play featuring DC Lee. Ronny Jordan, what I can say, sadly passed away in 2014, but his legacy remains today. He grew up in London, but he was born to Jamaican parents. One of the greatest jazz guitarists of all time, in my opinion. Was quite underrated. At the same time, I don't know why. I mean, every time I listen to Ronny Jordan's songs, blows my mind. The way he plays the guitar, it's incredible. So that's it. These were my list of some of my favorite Black British artists, part 1. Now I want to be this a conversation, so I would love to chat with you. So this is my aim, and if you are part of the Music Travel Guides community, if you joined the Music Travel Guide Meetup, I want to, you know, keep the same vibe here on YouTube as well. So I would love to know, what are your favorite Black British artists you are listening to, and if you know, had the opportunity to listen some of the Black British artists I've been mentioning into this video too recently. So let me know in the comment section here down below. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope, you know, it has been a sort of inspiration to discover new music. If you enjoyed it, if you liked it, please, I would really appreciate if you leave a, you know, thumbs up if you like the video. And if you want more video like this, if you want to discover more about disco, funk and jazz music and history, subscribe to Music Travel Guide YouTube channel. So that's it for today. I'll see you the next one, part 2 of this series, Black British artists you need to put in your playlist.